Hi everyone. Today we are here with yet another session of Insight. The idea is to show what exactly goes on in a law school. Uh, Now, the concept has been created in a manner wherein you are already conditioned to a certain extent to at least be prepared with the kind of exposure which you're going to get in a law school. So that's where Insight series has come in, and we have been inviting lawyers from prominent, law universities to come and give lectures to talk about a certain provision of law, and for you to just get basically exposed to how it is all being taught in a law school. And as a part of this series, we have invited Sandeep Suresh today. He's a very good friend of mine, just like Chinmay. And It's been a while since we have seen each other like this, but then, yes, it's always a pleasure, Sandeep. So, welcome to the show, Sandeep. Hope you're doing good.
Thank you so much, Aditya, and welcome to all of you who are here late evening. Thank you so much for sparing your time, sacrificing your dinner. So I'm really glad that I can be part of this, event. And thank you so much to Aditya again for inviting me for this.
Right. Let me give you a brief background of Sandeep. So he did his LLB from National Law University, Jodhpur, and then he went on to do a bit of work back in Bangalore. So this was Center for Legal Policy and Research, which we are talking about. So he was there for a year, and then he went on to do his LLM from the Central European University in Budapest. And then he came back to join Jindal as assistant professor. And he has been involved with Jindal since then. He has been teaching students, mentoring students. He has been a full-fledged face when it comes to the Jindal legal team in Sonepat. Now, the first question to you, Sandeep, is why academia? Why did this decision came and how did it all happen for you?
Right. Thank you so much for that question. It's one of my favorite questions.
Right.
The simple reason was I was always a teacher dependent student back in school, and I always relied upon teachers to sort of encourage me. I put that burden on them to sort of make me interested in a subject. Rather than me taking an effort, I wanted them to put in that effort to make me interested in their subject. In school, I had a very mixed experience in terms of good teachers. Just a handful of good teachers, but of course at school it's a different level of relationship that you have with teachers. Even if they are not really good in their subjects, you end up having a very good personal equation with them. So but in terms of subject wise inspirations, it was not very satisfactory. Went to law school. Law school was exactly a similar experience in terms of I can just count three professors that really inspired me in their subjects. So it was this understanding that the legal education or education for that entire matter, but I could only be concerned with legal education at a professional level. I understood that there is a dearth of quality guidance. I'm not saying quality experts in a particular field of law, but quality guidance for students at their initial years of law schooling. So it was not just to be in academia, but my particular aim was to be in academia to teach the first 2 years of law school. That was my particular ambition, right? It's not just to be a professor, but to be a professor of the first 2 years of law school. Because that's the time where, we can actually help the students to realize the basics of the law, and thereafter they can choose make their own decisions and choose their own path and go forward. So it is that self realization as to how that, like me, there would be many other students who might be teacher dependent ones like me, and that ambition, or that understanding that there needs to be contribution to the legal education in this field as well. We have quality lawyers in the law firms, we have quality practitioners of the law, but when it comes to legal academia, things are changing. But that was my motivation to be in academia.
Now, Sandy, how important do you think is this impetus which is supposed to be given to every law student to form a tenable or a rather structured career when it comes to the legal side? So how important do you think is the role of a mentor if found out early in legal education career will rather change a person's horizon or entire scope of his or her career?
Right. I think I can answer that with a very specific example of my interaction with one of my own students here at Jindal. So, unfortunately,
Right.
for all unfortunate reasons, female students in every field, but talking specifically about law, female students have, been structured into this thought that I cannot be a litigator practicing criminal law, right? I cannot be a criminal law practitioner, because then all these typical filmy stereotypes that we have, right? Oh, it's dangerous, there will be villains and there will be criminals, your safety, you're a girl, you're a woman. All these stereotypes are being ingrained in those students right from their childhood. So they come to law school with the idea that, okay, I'm criminal law, so why should I look into it, right? Anyway, my parents are not going to allow this and that. So there was this one student that I was teaching criminal procedure, and she, that instincts that she had while dealing with that subject was impeccable. And there were instances where she sort of surpassed what I knew or what I think. And that made me sort of interact more with her and figure out where her inclinations are. And I really understood that she enjoyed subjects like Indian Penal Code, evidence law, procedural law, constitutional law. Then I asked her that, do you think you want to do like criminal litigation? Is that something that is in your mind? So yes, there it is somewhere deep down there, but I know it's not going to happen. Therefore, why should I think about it, right? But that's where I even ended up having a chat with her parents. That was at a later stage, but initial talks was with her to sort of make her realize, you really like this. Why don't you explore it? Not to say that, you should be doing criminal litigation, but to say that, you have the instincts for it, you have the intellect for it, you have the inclination for it. You are suppressing it because of certain other, factors, especially coming from your parents. Right. Don't do that. Try exploring it. That's when sort of, that developed. And it came to that level where, as I said, I even had a fruitful chat with her parents to sort of make them also realize that many of these stereotypes are no more, present there. And even if they are there, they are, not unsurmountable. And I gave examples of, people like Rebecca John, who's a senior advocate, excellent lawyer, right? Who broke all the glass ceilings, as they call it, of criminal litigation and as far as women are concerned. So I think with this example itself, we sort of come to realize that, apart from just teaching the law in law schools, we also have a duty, I would say. I think this is a more predominant duty to sort of take out the things from the students. That is what is there in their mind, which they have not realized or which they have suppressed because of certain other factors, to take it out and show it to them. That's the only, and that's the paramount duty of a teacher who should also be a mentor at different stages.
Cold Water has asked a very interesting question. Sir, is being a professor tough and is it boring? Because many people tell it's boring.
Right. Many people told me also. So, Aditya will know, of course, Professor I.P. Massey, who had taught me and Aditya administrative law. And he's a very famous professor all over India and also abroad. Massey sir was my mentor back in law school, even though I disagree with him a lot on the law. But he was generally a very nice human being to me, at least. While I know for a fact that there are some other issues. Anyway, when I told him that, sir, I want to be a teacher, first thing he said is, figure out if you have a lot of passion for it. If not, don't come. Otherwise, if you come with some, fancy idea that I want to be a teacher, but you don't really have that instinct or the passion for it, it will be very boring, burdensome, and the most tiring work ever. So I got scared. And I went back to my own life and started thinking that do I really like this, or was it just my superficial fascination? But then, of course, I realized that it was not, hopefully. And the last 3-4 years that I've been teaching, I have realized that, I have a positive answer to Professor I.P. Massey on that question. Now, you need to enjoy the process, right? The reason why many teachers might tell you it's boring is, and many people have said this to me also, that you keep on teaching the same subject over and over, right? You keep teaching constitutional law every year, then it should be boring. Logically, yes, right? That if I am keeping on repeating, oh, Article 14, Article 19, Article 14, Article 19 over 3 years, it can get boring. So there are people who will think of it from the perspective of you, right? Oh, you are teaching the subject all over the same years. But I think in terms of the process, I enjoy the process. See, I might be teaching the same subject for every year, but am I teaching it to the same set of students? No. Every semester, I have a new set of students in front of me, right? So the new set of students is my perspective. As a teacher, I look at the students, not the subject. I'm least interested in the subject. Not to say that I don't teach subject well, but the perspective, the beginning perspective is for me the students. If I look at it, every semester is a new semester for me. The kind of perspective that the students have thrown, I initially thought that, okay, it's been 3 years that I've taught criminal procedure. I'll use the same course manual of last semester. Because of the questions that are coming, I have had to update my course manual in between the course. So therefore, it has never been boring for me because my perspectives are different. I do not approach it from my, media. Oh, I'm not getting to explore new subjects. No, I'm getting to explore new set of students. I'm getting to explore new set of students and their ideas and to help them. Coming back to what we discussed in the beginning with Aditya, to mentor them, to help them find out what's inside them, right? So while I'm teaching a subject, I'm not just giving them knowledge. Anybody can do it. You don't need teachers for knowledge. In today's times, when you have Manupatra, SCC online, Google, you don't need a Sandeep Suresh or an Aditya Shekhar here, be it for class coaching or for law school education. You can actually learn it on your own. But what you need guidance is for finding out what is interesting in that subject, which a Google will not tell you. So that I'm doing it with every new student, which is exciting for me. So it's never been boring at all. So it depends on which perspective you take.
Right.